नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे वंशाकल्पद्रव्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरि बोल। So welcome back to Bhakti Vaibhava course. So today in the last class, just a second. So in the previous class, we studied till text 8, text 18 of chapter 1. Today we'll study from text 19. Beautiful verse. Vayam tu no pitripyama uttama shloka vikrame yashrinvatam rasagyanam swadu swadu pade pade. Vayam tu na vitripyama. Vayam, we never tire of hearing the transcendental pastimes of the personality of Godhead, who is glorified by hymns and prayers. Vayam tu na vitripyama, shall be at rest. Vitripyama, tripti. We don't get satiated by hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Katha. Never ever. Uttama shloka vikrame yat shrinvatam rasa jnanam swadu swadu pade pade. By hearing the pure devotees of Lord, those who are transcendental, those who are rasagya, rasagyanam. Rasa is humor proper translating here. Those who are conversant to it, those who enjoy the association with him, relish hearing of his pastimes at every moment. So rasagyanam. So this word is important, rasagya. The devotees who are rasagya, those who are knower of transcendental mellows of bhakti, bhakti rasa. For them, at every step, swadu, swadu, pade, pade. Swadu, the relish. Swadu, the relish, palatable. At every step, swadu, swadu, and pade, pade. At every step, in every step, they relish this. At every moment, they hear Krishna Katha and they relish it. They are never tired of it. Uttama shloka vikrame, the glorious vikrame, adventures and glories of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Uttama Shloka, who is glorified by transcendental prayers. Supreme Lord is this. He is Uttama Shloka, glorified by transcendental prayers. And devotees, so Lord is having transcendental glories, and devotees are not tired of hearing his glories. This material world, in different places, it's said, place of sufferings, Dukkhalayam Ashashvatam, Samashritaye Padapallava Plavam Bhavat Pravam Bhavat Padam Punya Yasho Murarihi. Padam Padam, what is this? Look, Samashritaye Bhavavallava Plavam. Can you see my screen? Vedavis? Or you're seeing the PDF only? Yeah. So, this is in Brahmaji's prayers. So in Purushottam month, we are supposed to, like one of the things they said that recite prayers of Brahma, Brahmastava, 10th canto, chapter 14. Padam, madam, padam, padam. Ah, what is this? I typed padam, it becomes madam. Padam, padam. Murare, huh? 10.14.58. Samashritaye bhava Padapallava plavam mahat padam punya yasho murarehe. Bhava Bhavam budhir vatsa padam param padam 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 yadi padam nutesham. Long days I didn't read this wonderful verse. Bhavam budhir vatsa padam param padam. So this world is like this. For those who accept the boat of the lotus feet of Lord, who is the shelter of the cosmic manifestation, and is famous as Murari, the enemy of the Mura demon, the ocean of material world, is like the water contained in a calf's hoof print. Their goal is Parampadam, Vaikuntha, the place where there are no material miseries, not the place where there is danger at every step. So Padam Padam Yadvipadam Nutesham in material world. At every step, danger at every step, that's material world. Padam Padam Yadvipadam. At every step there is danger. On the other hand, for that's the contrasting point here. In the material world, at every step there is danger. Padam Padam Yadvipadam. So how to save oneself from this Padam Padam Yadvipadam, how to get rid of this Padam Padam Yadvipadam, that's the solution. 1.19, what we read just now. Vayam tuna vitripyam uttama shloka vikrame yat shrinvatam rasagyanam swadu swadu pade pade. At every step, if we relish hearing Krishna Katha, his glories, his pastimes, his activities, then that's the only refuge, that's the only shelter. Taking shelter of the Lord, the lotus feet of Lord. Samashitaye pada pallava plavam. Pada pallava plavam. Plavam means the flower birds. Pada pallava plavam, which are a boat. Plavam means a boat. Pallava is flower birds and plavam is a boat. So Lord's lotus feet are like a boat which can save us from this ocean of miseries. Punyesho murarehe. So yasho murarehe. Yasho, whose fame. So hearing his fame, see, Yasha Murare, hearing his transcendental fame. So Prabhupada writes we read in first canto itself, Prabhupada wrote that, this chapter only Prabhupada wrote. In previous class we read that Vishnupad and Prabhupada, the meaning of Vishnupad and Prabhupada. What is Vishnupad and Prabhupada? In this chapter only, one of the purport previously what we read, that Vishnupad and Prabhupada. The taking shelter of the lotus feet of Lord means taking shelter of his Vishnupad and Prabhupada. Prabhupada and Vishnupad, which indicates such devotees to be representative of the lotus feet of Lord. So taking shelter of the lotus feet of Lord means taking shelter of the devotees, because devotees stay at the lotus feet. For example, there is a treasure kept hidden in one place of some king, Guptadhan, something like that. So you have to go, and so there is a particular ghost, or maybe there's a snake which is protecting it, guarding it, or there is a guard who is guarding it. So first of all, you have to defeat or tame that snake or guard or ghost. Then only you can go there. So you have to, either you kill them, you fight with them, you defeat them and go, somehow or other tame them. So similarly, Lord's lotus feet are like that treasure. And who are guarding that? Devotees of Lord. So how do you tame here? You cannot defeat devotees of Lord. That's the only way is to please them, by serving them, taking shelter of them. When we take shelter of them, we please them, we serve them, then they become happy, and then they give us the treasure of the lotus feet of Supreme Lord. Because Lord's devotees are the treasure owners. They are the owners of lotus feet of the Lord. An interesting point is that, beautiful point is that this treasure, like devotees are eager to share with us. Not that, okay, they don't want to share. Okay, no, it's no like you come to this treasure island, we will not give you entrance. It's like our place. It's restricted, prohibited. It's not allowed for a person like you or anyone else to come here and just virgin. Because this is our wealth. It is, if wealth gets, like, if we give you, if we share the wealth with you, our wealth will get reduced, isn't it? More we share, more get reduced in this world. But this transcendental wealth of Lord's lotus feet is such that more we share, more it's shared, more it increases. It increases, and there is no scarcity. One thing is that there is no scarcity in spiritual world. Like, there is no house full. It's okay, yeah. If all these people, if they become devotee, they go to back to Godhead, then maybe if they go before me, then when I go there will be house full or no entry. Already house full, you can't come. It's not like that. No house full. And okay, if Jayavallabha Prabhu becomes a devotee and he is reading Bhagavatam, if he becomes a pure devotee, then Krishna will be more attracted to him, not to me. Krishna will give him more attention, not to me. So then if I have to get more attention, so somehow or other I have to stop Jayavallabha Prabhu from doing pure devotional service. It's not that. He can be pure devotee, I can also do pure devotional service. Krishna can expand himself into millions, billions, trillions, and he can interact with each and every living beings equally. He can interact with them, and he can be personal with us. So no worry. So that is a great relief to understand, great relief to know that there is no house full in spiritual world. Not that, okay, we go, oh, he's already full. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu preached, Sankirtan movement, and everybody became devotee. Oh, already full. You guys don't come now. You have to wait. Kept in waiting list. After this batch, like Prasadam hall, you go. Oh, it's waiting. One batch is full. Once they finish Prasadam, then only you can go. You wait there. There's no waiting in spiritual world. So that's the most beautiful thing. Sometimes, like, people, like, we hate to stand in queue. Sometimes, like, we have prasadam, and sometimes, like, Mayapur also, some feasts are there, Gadar, Sulabh, Gita, other places. So I kind of bit reluctant sometimes to go, because, oh, sometimes stand in queue, or sometimes it's like hot sun. I see the devotees are standing there. Sometimes my wife takes me, push me, no, let's go and go. And yeah. So queue is a bit difficult to wait. Of course, we follow the system. When we go, we don't just bypass the queue. When I go, I stand in the, if there is a queue, I like to stand there, because sometimes devotees say, okay, you come and go, but then it's better to just stand there, because other devotees are standing there. What to do? So queue is there, but in spiritual world there is no queue. So that's a great relief for us. No queue there, no waiting there. It's just anyone can go, the VIP line. You go in Tirupati temple, there is a long queue, and there is lesser queue, like there is a special ticket. If you pay this much and get the special ticket, then you have smaller queue. Then you have more VIP queue, like no queue at all, like just VIP person stay there, higher price, like that. More you pay and more you have lesser queue and waiting time. Just go and they take darshan. That's there. But in spiritual world, you do, like, the same thing. Spiritual world also, like, more you pay, more you can progress faster. Pay means pray through your bhakti, pray through your sadhana, shraddha, respect, faith. So more one has faith and doing bhakti. Devotees of Lord, they are eager to share with us the lotus feet of Lord. So by hearing and chanting Krishna Katha, by taking shelter of devotees, we hear about devotees, the Supreme Lord's glories, relish this sadhus, swadu, swadu, pade, pade, this devotees, such devotees, rasagya, at every step they enjoy Krishna Katha. So we need to take shelter of this sadhus actually, and they can make us relish Krishna Katha like us. Even those who are drunkard, they drink wine. They also don't drink alone. The drunkards don't drink. Oh, you come also with me. Oh, let's drink together. But I don't have money. Don't do. No worry. I'll pay for you. I'll pay for you. Come. But at least you come and give me company. Just for that, you give me company. That's why I'll pay for you. I'll give you drink. Don't worry. Come with me. Because just by drinking alone, they don't feel that mood. Okay, we need someone to be with us. Okay, let's drink together. Party. Alone, we can't do party. So that association, even the drunkard, they require association. So what to speak of spirituality and spiritual life? Devotee association, and association of such devotees who are actually relishing Krishna Katha. And we should have that kind of association. We should create that kind of association amongst ourselves. Devotees come together and relish Krishna Katha. His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj was discussing, was in his one of his class, he was sharing that when he was a brahmachari in New Vrindavan, in those days he was brahmachari there. So what would happen, Maharaj, he said that he was such a busy days, like less devotees, big place, New Vrindavan, but there are lots of like services are there. But only few devotees were there. So Maharaj was doing pujari service, serving in Goshala, serving in kitchen, different things they were doing. So Maharaj said that sometimes we get so sleepy, but we would study. I would like walk and study Bhagavatam because I was feeling we were so tired, all day, tired, active. So while studying Bhagavatam, we get sleep. So then we walk and stand and walking and reading. We do. And then he said that when we would sit together, other devotees would come and we will meet together for prasadam or other, see each other. We would ask each other that what did you study today from Bhagavatam, or what did you hear from Prabhupada? Please share with me something inspiring, something interesting, something inspiring. So then, oh, Maharaj, okay, today I read this in this first time. Wonderful. Krishna said like this, and Prabhupada commented like this, or I heard Prabhupada class lecture like this. Then what did you hear today, or what did you study? Then other devotee would tell, oh, I said like this. Like that, each other would talk with, when Vonani Prasadam, they would talk, discuss in between. To tell me something, okay, today Bhagavatam class, what did you like the most in Bhagavatam class? You share with me. Today when you read Bhagavatam or yesterday you read, share something with me. So while Vonani Prasadam, they talk between themselves, or maybe sometimes they meet with each other, just talk, share, discuss for a few minutes, like talk. So Maharaj said sometimes we would be like, it's so busy that, okay, one day I couldn't study anything, I was so busy. But then suddenly I remembered, oh, if Jayavallabha Prabhu catches me, he sees me, he will catch me. That, oh, what did you study? Tell me. So then I have to tell him something. So at least in order to tell him, I should study something, at least read 1 or 2 pages so that I can tell him. So I would feel a pressure that, okay, the devotee will ask me to tell him something. So what can I tell him? So let me study something, a page. So Maharaj says that like that, by sharing with each other Krishna Katha and stories of Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, Maharaj said that I knew all the stories by heart. I learned all the stories of Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita and all by heart from Prabhupada's books, just by sharing with each other all the pastimes, all the poems, like things we would share with each other. So we need to create that kind of environment where devotees come together and we do Krishna Katha other than Prajalpa. We think that preaching means, okay, I should have 1,000 people in front of me and I give a big lecture to them and they listen to me. That's preaching, or that's Bhagavad Katha. No, that's there. But we should, more than that, there is the personal culture of personal Krishna Katha. Parasparanu Kathanam Pavanam Bhagavad Yashaha Mithorati Mithotushti Nibritti Mitho Atmanaha. Devotees of me, when they come together, they discuss about me. They discuss about me to each other, and mutually they hear about me, glorify me, and mutually they get nourishment, and mutually they get attracted to me. They progress mutually in Krishna consciousness. Pachittamadgata prana bodhayanta parasparam kathayantascha mam nityam tushyanti cha ravanti cha. My devotees talk with each other. So that getting engrossed in Krishna Katha, Swadu Swadu Pade Pade, just reading Bhagavatam, and even if we are studying alone, we are studying from Prabhupada, listening from Prabhupada, reading Prabhupada purpose, directly listening from Prabhupada, reading Bhakti Vaibhava purpose. And if two devotees can sit together and discuss and hear from each other, this is really great. So in that purpose, Srila Prabhupada talks that that there is a great difference between mundane stories, fiction, or history, and transcendental pastimes of the Lord. The histories of the whole universe contain references to the pastimes, incarnations of Lord, Ramayana, Mahabharata, Puranas, and all of bygone ages. But the Supreme Lord's amazing pastime, they are like ever fresh. Therefore, remain fresh even after even after repeated readings, remain ever fresh. For example, anyone may read Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavatam repeatedly throughout his whole life, and yet find them in the new light of information. Mundane news is static, whereas transcendental news is dynamic, inasmuch as the spirit is dynamic and matter is static. Hmm? We know the stories. We know Narsimhadev appeared. He broke the pillar and came appeared from the pillar to save Prahlad and killed Hiranyakashipu. Not that last year we heard this story. Next year, okay, 2024 we'll hear the story that okay, Narsimhadev will break the, or he will tear apart the earth and he will come appear, or he will break the roof and he will just jump from there. Same story, same storyline, everything. But again and again we listen to it, and then it's amazing to hear all the time. Mahaprabhu would listen to Prahlad Katha hundreds of times. So just sitting and hearing those stories again and feel so fresh, ever fresh. Navam Navam. Tadaiva Shashvan Manaso Mahotsavam Tadaiva Ramyam Ruchiram Navam Navam. It's a newer and newer, ever fresh. Never gets old. One can read whole life Bhagavad Gita. Still, every time we read Gita, we discover something. Oh, last time we didn't think in this way. This time, every time you read Gita 10 times, 15 times. Even after 50 times, you read 51 times when you are reading, you will find that, oh, something new. That's what transcendental. Newer and newer realizations comes by the blessings of devotees. So every time we read, we feel amazing. And that's the beauty of that. With small kids, the problem is that when you tell them a story, they know it. Okay, next time you tell, no, I already know this story. I know, tell something new. They want to tell something new. This I already know. So you cannot tell them one story twice. I already know that, oh, this happened, that happened. So yeah, we also think like material world, we want something newer and newer and newer. But Krishna's katha, Krishna's pastimes is the same thing. Every day, even if you read, same thing. You read Bhagavad Gita, so that's the thing. Who read Bhagavad Gita? Oh, we have read it, we know Gita. And this and that. So there was this Brahman in Srirangam who was reading Bhagavad Gita, who was illiterate Brahman who was reading Bhagavad Gita. And everybody was mocking him, joking, teasing him that, oh, you Brahman, you are illiterate fool Brahman, and but you are reading Gita. What are you reading in this? Can you read what is there? But he would just sit with it a whole day. Then Mahaprabhu understood this guy, and sometimes he would cry. Could understand that this person is genuine person and he is reading a genuine devotee of Lord. So he approached him and he said that, what are you reading? I heard that you are illiterate, you don't know how to read, but then what are you doing? Now this person, this Brahman could understand that this person is genuine person. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is inquiring. He has genuine sympathy for me. Genuinely he is inquiring. So he said that for others he would not respond. Others let them mock or joke, whatever, he would not respond. To Mahaprabhu he replied that my spiritual master instructed me to read Gita every day. But I don't know how to read illiterates, but I am following his instruction. But why are you crying? Maharu asked him. It's because when I read, I see the picture that Krishna has become the driver of Arjuna. When I see this picture, read this point, that Krishna is the driver of Arjuna, I feel like Krishna is so merciful. I feel excessive that Krishna is so merciful that he has become the driver of Arjuna. So such a merciful Lord. So with that emotion, I start crying. So Mahaprabhu stood up, Mahaprabhu embraced him. Mahaprabhu said, you are the true reader of Gita. You have understood the true essence of Gita. Following the Guru Agya, following the instruction of spiritual master. And you couldn't, that's why you got the mercy of spiritual master. Don't worry, I will teach you how to read. So then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became his teacher. Can you imagine Mahaprabhu, if getting Mahaprabhu as our teacher, he will teach us something. Mahaprabhu taught him how to read. So even if we understand or don't understand, just continuing faithfully, reading, hearing the pastimes of Mahaprabhu is amazing. Jevana hi bujhe ke hosh. There is a wonderful verse in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Jevana hi bujhe ke hosh, unite shunite sheho, ki adbhuto chaitanya charito. Let me show you the meaning of that in English exactly. Yeva चैतन्य चरितामृत मध्य लीला 2.87 जेबा नाहि बुझे केह শুনিতে শুনিতে সেহ কি অদ্ভুত চৈতন্য চরিত কৃষ্ণে উপজীবে প্রীতি জানিবে রসের রীতি শুনিলেই হয় বড় হয় হিত. If one does not understand in the beginning but continues to hear again and again the wonderful effects of Lord Chaitanya's pastimes, will bring love for Krishna. Gradually one will come to understand the loving affairs between Krishna and gopis and other associates of Vrindavan. Everyone is advised to continue to hear over and over again in order to gradually benefit. Even if you don't understand, just continue reading and hearing out. What's like, even if someone doesn't understand, continue reading it, hearing it. Gradually you understand. That's the thing. We don't understand everything at one time. Again and again and again we read and understand. So that's amazing point about Supreme Lord's pastimes, that we hear more and you can understand. So Prabhupada also saying that, yeah, all the material world things is in this world is static. See, Nunjan news is static, whereas transcendental news is dynamic, inasmuch as the spirit is dynamic and matter is static. So it's dynamic. We read the same story again and again, we get a new experience, new feelings. Yeah, those who are not fortunate to study Bhagavatam, they turn to altruism and worldly philanthropy and this and that. Now it talks about the amazing pastime of Lord, like they talk about the Rishi sages. Kritavan kila karmani saha ramena keshavah atimartyani bhagavan gudha kapatamanusha. Lord Sri Krishna, the personality of Godhead, and Balarama played like human beings, and so must they performed many superhuman acts in disguise. Gudha kapata manushaha, masked, in disguise as a human being. They performed amazing superhuman. Atimartyani Bhagavan. Atimartya is superhuman pastimes of Lord. Atimartyani Bhagavan. Saharamena Keshava, Krishna and Balaram. Krishna Joteko Khela, Shorbottamo Norolila, Norogoputahara Shurup. There's another nice, beautiful shloka from Chaitanya Charitamrita. So that's another thing. According to Saraswati Thakur, how do you read Bhagavatam? Try to understand teachings of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Bhagavatam. That's another way of studying Bhagavatam. That's the way recommended by Saraswati Thakur. How to study Bhagavatam? Try to find out Mahaprabhu's teachings in Bhagavatam. Adhyaya 21.101. কৃষ্ণেরও যতেক খেলা সর্বোত্তম নরলীলা নরপ্রভু তাহার স্বরূপ গোপবেশ বেণুকর নবকিশোর নটবর নরলীলা হয় অনুরূপ. Lord Krishna has many pastimes, of which his pastimes as a human being are the best. His form as a human being is a supreme transcendental form. In this form, he is a cowherd boy. He carries a flute in his hand, and his youth is new. He is also an expert dancer. All this is just suitable for his pastimes as a human being. Krishna's many pastimes, of which his human pastimes as a human being are the best. Sarvottama Narolila. So Gura Kapata Manushaha, Supreme Lord, he comes and does his pastimes like this, masked as human being. But he is not an ordinary human being. One should not think in that term. So what is the difference between Krishna and so-called concocted incarnations? Create own incarnations. You see, Prabhupada talks about that many unscrupulous men have created their own incarnations, concocting an incarnation of Godhead. Ordinary business, especially in Bengal. In Bengal, you will find that so many of them. In Orissa, there was one Bhaktivinoda Thakur was there. I think in Orissa and Medinipur, nearby that. Yeah. There was this person, Vishkishan, who got some mystic siddhis, perfections, powers, black magics, so that he could do many things. He could lit fire on his head and do something, different things he could do. And then what he did, and people were so amazed by seeing him. And he also claimed that I am the latest incarnation, I am Vishnu, Mahavishnu. First of all, he had two associates, servants of him, and he named them Brahma and Maheshwara. And he is a Mahavishnu. So he said, Brahma, Vishnu, the trio. We are, there is Brahma and Shiva, and I am Maheshwara. Brahma and Shiva, I'm Vishnu, Mahavishnu. So he said, we have three have incarnated as now in this place. And he said, I am the king now. And he said that, so one day I will drive away the Britishers from this country. The foreign and the Britishers, I will drive them away from this country and I will be the king of India. So he started saying this kind of things, and people started believing in this. Common innocent people, ignorant people. Oh, they started discussing it with each other, sharing. Now this reached to the Britishers that this guy is saying like this and he's creating a movement against us. So then they employed many things. They sent many police officers and all to arrest him, but they couldn't do anything. Every time, because of a mystic thing, they couldn't do. So then they requested Bhaktivinoda Thakur that why don't you go and bring down this nonsense person. Bhaktivinoda Thakur came to him. So when he saw Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he understood why Bhaktivinoda Thakur came, and he understood Bhaktivinoda Thakur how he has this spiritual potency. So he showed some mystic, these and them, all these things, mystic black magic thing he showed to Bhaktivinoda Thakur. So if any ordinary man would be there, they would get frightened by seeing those things. But Bhaktivinoda Thakur didn't get affected by that. He said that I see that you have got lots of mystic power. You have done lots of sadhana, siddhi. So why don't you come and take darshan of Jagannath? In Jagannath, Jagannath is there, is such amazing Supreme Lord, mercifully go and take darshan of him. You be his devotee. Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, you be his devotee. So he started to scream. He said, no, why should I go and take darshan of Jagannath? Who is he? He's just a stone. He's just a wooden doll. I am the living God now. Why should someone go and take darshan of this just matter God? I am a living God. I am the incarnation. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur became really now angry. He couldn't tolerate it. He told the guards with the police, go and arrest him. They arrested him and took him to police station. So then Bhaktivinoda Thakur, now there was 18 days hearing in the court against him. All these things were there. So then Bhaktivinoda Thakur's family, Bhaktivinoda Thakur's daughter became such sick, severe illness came, and then really sick. His family members started to fall sick. They started really next to death, like about to die, like the situation was there. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, let us die, let my whole family die, no issue. Let my whole family die, no issue. Let the whole family die, no issue. But still, such nonsense, rascal should be punished. So then Bhaktivinoda Thakur also falls sick. He also got severely ill like this. Fever and this and that, bedridden, he could not stand up from bed. And there was a doctor, British doctor, who came to see Bhaktivinoda Thakur, who was treating him. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur told the doctor that do one thing, go to court and tell them like that, that these mystic people, these yogis and all, mystic tantrics, they hide their power in their hair. So go and shave him up. So then the doctor went and told them like this, and they shaved him up. So it was in the court. The hearing was going on, and this mystic yogi, 18 days which was going on. He didn't eat anything. This mystic yogi, he didn't eat anything. He didn't drink anything. He was living on his mystic power. 18 days, didn't eat anything. So as soon as his hair was cut, immediately all his power gone. Now, because he didn't eat anything in 18 days, he immediately fall on the ground, unconscious, became so weak. Suddenly, health got down. He became weak and fell down on the ground. So he was given for I think 3 months, some judgment, something. So within 3 months, he committed suicide. in jail only committed suicide. So like that, lots of incarnations. He was considered one god. Then nowadays we have controversies going on. This Baba, that Baba, this and that. This Paramahamsa or that Paramahamsa. People call them as God. In Bengal, there are lots of, each one has their own theory. Okay. He said that I am God. He said that our incarnation is God. But Krishna appeared in a four-armed form in front of Devaki and Vasudeva. So that's real God. In four-armed form. He lifted Govardhan, a small boy. Kalimagatam. There was a video of His Holiness Tamal Krishna Maharaj. That old video where video lecture. In the lecture, after the lecture, one person, he's Indian person. I think South Indian or something like. He stood up and he said, "Though no, I am God," something like that. Everybody else are God. We all are God. I am God. Tamal Krishna Maharaj challenged him that, okay, show me your miracle. Show me your miracle. Lift Govardhan and see. If you can lift it and you can show how you are God, you show your miracle, show your power, then we give you 5 lakhs. $5 lakh or something like that. Something he told. There is a famous video of Tamal Krishna Maharaj. I will give you this money. I will challenge you openly. This person couldn't say anything. Kalimagadamagyaya kshetresmin Vaishnave vayam asina dirga satrena kathayam sakshana hare. Knowing well that the age of Kali has already begun, we are assembled here in this holy place to hear at great length the transcendental message of God, and in this way perform sacrifice. Harikatha, we have come here, assembled here in the holy place to hear at great length the transcendental message of God. It's amazing pastimes of Lord. Now we have got this opportunity. So now Satya Yoga, 1 lakh years they used to live and they used to do golden age, they used to do Treta Dwapar Yugas, silver or copper age. Satya Yuga was golden age, Treta Dwapar Yuga, silver and copper ages. Kali Yuga is what? Iron age. But Kali Yuga is also golden age. Golden avatar has come. Kali Yuga is also called golden age due to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So this is the process for Kali Yuga. In fact, we are not like a deity worship movement also, like focusing on deity worship. Prabhupada told that. Our main here is in Kali Mahaprabhu's philosophy is chanting and hearing. So there is Bhagavad Vidhi and Pancharatra Vidhi. Bhagavad Vidhi is what? Hearing and chanting. The holy name and the glories of Supreme Lord. That's Bhagavad Vidhi. And Pancharatra Vidhi. Hey, and Pancharatra Vidhi is worshiping the deity, fire sacrifice and all. So that's amazing of the Supreme Lord. Just a second. Just a second. So yeah, Mahaprabhu has come as in Subarna Yuga, in Kali Yuga. So yeah, deity worship and Bhagavad Vidhi, Pancharatra Vidhi. So sometimes it is there when you see in specifically in this area, in Bengal and India, also you see devotees. Sometimes they are good. It's good. The Grihastha, the congregation devotees, is one of their duty is to worship deity. They should worship deity. Deity worship is one of the duty of Grihasthas. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also did it. Shastra, according to Shastra, Grihasthas must worship deity. But the point is, what kind of Grihastha should worship deity? In Vedic culture, first of all, they had a big family, joint family. So there are lots of people there in one family. So in that family, they used to have one deity and they used to worship. So there are lots of people. So it was easier to worship the deity. Like for example, for the ladies, for the Matajis, mothers, during the monthly menstrual cycle, they are not supposed to go and worship the deity. So how do they follow this principle? If there is like joint family, there are lots of ladies are there, and then other men are there. So someone or other, even if you go for yatra or somewhere for visiting, or someone is sick, somebody else or else is there, and they worship the deity. And there is to be a community. Like if someone die in my house, in my dynasty, then I should not. There is contamination. I cannot go and worship deity. So these things are there in Shastra. So what to do? Okay, if even if something happens in my family, that is, we are in a community. So other devotees who can come and help, or we can, the other devotee or neighbor, they can come and take our deity from our home, and they worship in their home, and continue it. No issue for this few days. Or if we go for yatra, other devotees can help us in the community. But in Kali Yuga, we are living around scattered, and then we are a nuclear family, husband and wife are living together only alone. So how do you worship deity if the wife is sick or not in that pure state? If the husband is sick, who worship the deity? And then another thing happens is that we saw specifically in Bengal, where I go for preaching most of the time, and see devotees like they wake up in the morning to Mangalarati, then do archan of the deity, then abhishek of the deity, and then dressing, shingar, and they cook for the Lord, offer bhoga. All these things, okay, from early morning Mangalarati, 8, 9 o'clock, continue doing all this worship one by one. Then okay, it's 8 o'clock or 8:30, 9 o'clock, I have to go for job. Then learn for job. When do you chant? So you see the chanting, generally, okay, while going and coming in the bus or train, sit and chant. So chanting becomes secondary there. And deity worship becomes primary. Okay, elaborate deity worship, but chanting is somehow or other. And studying books, not much. Hmm. So that's another point, that our movement is not deity worship movement, or Mahaprabhu's philosophy is not. There is philosophy is more focused on the holy name. And Shalagram Shila, lots of Shalagram will worship a few hours and all. Fine, if we are not criticizing worshipping deity and worshipping Shalagram, we promote it. In fact, I am saying that devotees should do it. Grihasthas should, must. But then what type of Grihasthas? Again, for worshipping deity and Shalagram, first of all, you cannot do job. By doing job, how can you do it? You're bound by job, you go and run behind your job and all. You need to have sufficient time whole day, so that you also do deity worship elaborately, you also chant the holy name, you also study all these things, you do elaborately. You require sufficient time, then only you can do. If a devotee is doing job and busy, not much time, then this whatever time is remaining he has, he should chant and read more. And then after chanting and reading, then when he has time, he should do worship the deity. While Diksha also, initiation, we have vows, initiation vow, chanting the holy name, studying books of Prabhupada, helping in preaching, but we don't have any initiation vows. I haven't heard of any of the gurus there. Okay, you will do elaborate deity worship. We'll have shalagram, we'll have this and that deity at home, and we'll worship. But if devotees do it, wonderful. Provided they're also doing chanting and hearing and studying Bhagavatam sufficiently, and giving priority to them. So priority we need to understand. So Kali Yuga, even if to that extent we are saying that deity worship, minimize that and chant more. Of course, in temple, Prabhupada established deity, and we have elaborate deity. In temple, it should be there. Those who are pujaris, they have, and some pujari, they wake up early morning before Mangala chant, and then they worship deity. And some they do the archan in the morning, then they go and chant. But they have enough time in temple, brahmacharis, to chant, read, and worship deity. So yeah, they do it. But as a householder, for all, chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra and reading Bhagavatam is the main key point. Now, he says that how to get association of sadhu and guru, only by the mercy of the Supreme Lord. Vamnah sandarshito dhatra dustaram nisthitirshatam kalim satvo haram pumsham karnadhara ivarnavam. We think that we have met your grace by the will of providence, and thus we accept as you as a captain and the ship for those who desire to cross the dangerous ocean of Kali, which destroys all good qualities of human being. So the sages are saying to Sutta Goswami that by the will of providence, we have got you as the captain of our ship to cross this dangerous ocean of Kali. Yeah. I had a first time of Prabhupada once. In Vrindavan, there was like Prabhupada was walking. That's another point. Prabhupada was walking, and one devotee came to Prabhupada, and he started saying this verse that Prabhupada, by the mercy of the will of grace of will of obedience, providence, we have got you as our captain of boat to cross all this. He started telling this translation of this story, this verse. So Prabhupada looked at him. There was something, some dust, something was removed. Yeah. So Prabhupada point out. So is this is also because of me? So is this dirt also this dusty thing, the real thing? Is this also because of this garbage? So he understood the point. That okay, more than just big talk, you go and do something practical. Clean this place, the temple of Lord. Keep it clean. Of the Lord. So yeah, spiritual master, pure devotee is the captain of our boat. Hrideham madhyam sulabham sudurlabham plavam sukalpam guru karnadharam mayanu nanavasute ritam puman bhavabdhim natarit. Human form of life is like a boat to cross the ocean of miseries of material world. And spiritual master is the captain of the boat. And Gita, Bhagavad, Shastras are like the favorable wind. In spite of having all these opportunities, one who doesn't take advantage of that and fulfill his life, perfect his life, he's like committing suicide, killer of oneself. 11th canto shloka. So Prabhupada says that the age of Kali is very dangerous for the human being. In 12th canto of Bhagavatam, we get description of that. Lifespan of will gradually decrease. Yeah, will gradually lose their memory, finer sentiments, strength, better qualities. They will lose everything. 12th canto. What dangerous things of Kali Yuga. And Prabhupada says these are like this. So this slaughterhouse of education is dangerous. For children, slaughterhouses, the sent to the slaughterhouses for so-called education. What to do? Or devotee children also going to like that. Prabhupada wanted Gurukul, but again, unfortunately, the history of Gurukul is a bit different than what was expected. So we hope for the best. Pray to Prabhupada, pray to Krishna that what Prabhupada went, there should be good Gurukuls and what good system for children for studies. How to get rid of this? Take shelter of pure devotees of Lord. Okay, so now the last verse of this chapter, 6th question. Bruhi yogeshware Krishne brahmanya dharma varmani swam kashtam adhunopete dharma kam sharanam gataha. Now that Sri Krishna, the absolute truth, the master of all mystic powers, has departed for his own abode, please tell us by whom religious principles are presently protected. Please tell us. Whom did Srimad Bhagavatam, whom did religious principles take shelter? So answer is this Srimad Bhagavatam that we see in 1.3.40-44, that section. Dharma kam sharanam gataha. Dharma means Dharmam to sakshat bhagavat pranitam. Dharma means the principles as prescribed by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Prescribed codes enunciated by Personality of Godhead. That's called Dharma. Srimad Bhagavata. Srimad Bhagavatam, the transcendental sound representation of the personality of Godhead, and thus it is the full representation of transcendental knowledge and religious principles. Full representation of that. So thus end the Bhakti Vedanta purport of the first canto, first chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled Questions by the Sages. Okay, very good. So we then go ahead to chapter 2. So in chapter 1, we got 6 questions by the sages. In chapter 2, we will find their answers. Okay. Question 6 is this. So we got 6 questions here, and they will be answered in chapter 2 and 3. Hare Krishna. धन्यवाद प्रणाम। जय श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। श्रीमद् भागवत महापुराण की जय। गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि बोल।